Hi guys, it's Nancy. I wanted to unbox some new products that I purchased from Glassboard Studios, but before I do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about what Glassboard is. So Glassboard is this glass mat that I have on my desk. I was very lucky to have this one custom made and gifted to me by my friends, but you don't have to have one custom made and gifted to you. They have many different sizes. Right now, they have a special edition sparkle one, which I have my eyes on, but they come in many different sizes, and it is a tempered glass. It does not have a green sheen to it. It's very well packaged and shipped to you. I love it because it is magnetic. So if you wanted to do stenciling on it, it can easily hold your stencils down. It can very strong, hold your projects down. If you wanted to glue anything to your project, you could do that. If you wanted to do any kind of, oh my gosh, I just lost my words. If you wanted to do blending on it, it's very strong. It's going to hold everything down. It has all of your measurements on there. It comes in many different sizes, many different colors. And again, because it has all the measurements, you'll often see me kind of line things up with the back of this. You can cut on it. You can heat on it. You can color on it. You often see me do my watercoloring. I often say that. And you're not going to damage this. I mean, I just really love this. I'm very, very thankful to have this. And you can have many different colors and sizes of them as well. So they've come out with some new, that's very strong magnets as well. They've come out with some new products, and I purchased them and I wanted to show them to you. By the way, there is a discount code. If you use the code Tracy15, which is my friend Tracy's discount code, you guys will get 15% off. Whether you want to purchase a glass mat from Glassboard Studios or you want to purchase these new products I purchased. And I do have two different colors I want to show you guys. These are kind of organization things. You don't have to use them just with their Glassboard Studio mats. You can use them with, just any kind of organization you have on your desk. But this one is their magnetic ink pad holders. And oh my gosh, that is not going anywhere. So there are very strong magnets on the bottom. You can also use this as a tray if you wanted to put sequins on here. It makes it very easy, but let's see. We're going to test these out with some magnets and ink pads in just a second. Wow, those are really nicely made. And then this is in the color teal, by the way, if you didn't see that on the box. And then these are some kind of organization trays that go on the side or underneath. And I will try to move my iPad up here so you can see. These come in a 3-pack, which these aren't magnetic, but they have little rubber feet on the bottom. And so these slide under the side of your Glassboard mat. So that way, if you are doing any kind of die cutting, or as I mentioned before, sequins, these will tuck underneath. Let me show you here. Try to move my camera over without it dropping. So they kind of slide underneath, and then you can just scoop off any debris off to the side like that. And that's why there are different sizes. And then the rubber feet will keep them from moving because the rubber feet are on the back side of that. So you have like a small, a medium, and a large. You could also put, depending on the size of your desk. I don't have any room at the back of my desk. I'll try to tilt this to the back there. But you could do, if you have like at the back or on the side. So you could do the side or you could do the back. And then again, you have the little rubber feet there. So these are pretty neat for organization, but let's test out. This would be really great for stamp force for just scooping off. Right now I have this trash can on my desk, which is fine, but it gets very full very quickly. So this will be nice just to kind of scoop things off. I have my little sentiment tray here, but this would be nice too, again, just to scoop things off as I'm working with them and then put them away. And again, code Tracy15 gets you guys 15% off. I don't have an affiliate link with them. They do ask me, but I don't purchase enough with them or do enough with them, but I would love for Tracy to get that credit. So let's talk about this ink pads. I'm going to fix my iPad here before it falls off the holder. So give me just a second here. Okay, fixed my iPad, so it's a little more straight now and won't fall off. But what I've also done is I've grabbed the most common inks I think that everybody has, mostly that I have, and we're going to see how these fit, how they stay. And again, the idea is if you're going to be stamping or ink blending, you know, how does your ink pad sit in here? So, you know, I have VersaFine Clair ink pad, and what I want to show you is what's different about these is these are not made out of rubber. I don't know if they're 3D printed. They're very smooth. So they're either molded or 3D printed. It's kind of hard to tell. But I think they're molded or 3D printed. But inside there are these ridges. And like I said, there's a little notch here. So again, I think there are multiple uses for these, not just ink pad holders, but little trays. You can put sentiments in here. You can use them, again, if you have small sequins or something like that, that you can kind of just, you know, scooch out, or I don't want to say glitter or anything too small, embossing powder. You could do that, but it'd be very easy to just sprinkle back into the jar with that little opening. I do like this little opening. I think that's a very good little design idea. But I like these little notches inside. And then, of course, the magnet part. But here was what I was saying about the notches is it doesn't matter the size of your ink pad, because that's going to hold that into place. So your ink pad is not going to slide back and forth because of those little notches. It kind of keeps it into place. So when you open it, you put your ink pad in there, when you are ink blending and moving your brush back and forth, so it kind of keeps it into place. You don't have to worry about that being there. Some of the other ones, they're very molded to fit only one particular size of ink pad. So you have to buy that to hold for your particular ink pad, and they're not magnetic. So they sit, but we've put, you guys have seen me, I have little pieces of silicone where I have the little, it's on my other desk. I have a little piece of silicone that I keep on my desk. Then I put the ink pad holder on there, or I just put the ink pad directly on the little piece of silicone, right? So you don't have to do that with this because it holds that. So I think that's a very good idea. So there's a VersaFine Clair ink pad. Here's a Delicata ink pad. That fits in there pretty much perfectly. It's very little shimmying in there. Archival ink pad, that's not going anywhere at all. Stellar ink pad, same company, so you're not going to move any of those. Here's a Distress ink pad. So that one doesn't really fit in there because it's very square. So Distress ink, Distress oxides, I'm probably going to assume they're working on something for that. So that one does not fit as well. Catherine Poolers. Ooh, that fits very nice, actually. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Now that's a little tough to get out, but you just got to stick your finger in that little corner there and pull it out. Here's a Pink and Main. So it moves side to side, but not up and down too much. So there might be a little wiggle room with that. So that one might be a little iffy just because it's square. I wonder if... Okay, so you can reduce some of that wiggling by putting some smaller ones, some smaller ink cubes next to that. So that you can kind of rectify a little bit. This is Ink on 3, which is the rounded. I don't have any other rounded top ink pads, but you guys, the Ton makes ink pads like this. I'm trying to think of who else has ink pads like this. Simon Says Stamp ink pads are like this, but it's the rounded top ink pads. So that fits in there perfectly. Is it, oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Starts with a P. Not Pretty Pink Posh. Oh my God. You guys know the company I'm thinking of. I have all their papers too. I can't think of it. Anyway, I'll think of it later. You guys know the company. All the ones that make the hot foiling plates, they have the rounded lids. The company with the rounded lids. Anyway. And then I brought minis. So minis, you could probably fit 4 in here comfortably. I think 6 is pushing it. Let me take the lids off. I think 6, you're looking for them to pop out if you do 6, but I will try 6. And then I think they probably are working on something for minis. Maybe they already have something for minis and I just didn't get them. Okay, so 6 is in there, but again, it's very tight. And I would assume, again, if you press too hard, you're going to have bleed over, or boom, one of them's going to pop out and you're going to have an ink mess. So I wouldn't push that. I think you could probably do 4, but again, I don't think this is made for minis, and I don't think it's made for distress ink. So I would say maybe not do minis and not do distress inks. There are other products for these, and I'm sure if they don't already have them in the shop, probably coming out with something like that. So I really like these. I think you'll be seeing me use these a lot. You'll see them. And then I did tell you there are different colors. So I had mentioned before, use Tracy. Oh, by the way, they're stackable. So if you want them out of the way, you can stack them, move them out of the way. Again, if you're storing sequins or something like that, you can put the sequins in there, put that on there. It serves as a nice little lid, put them out of the way, and you don't have to worry about them. My friend Tracy, who is also the co-founder of Foiling Snobs Club, is next Monday the 17th having her second knee surgery. So if everybody could send her prayers and hugs. I purchased a second set in purple just for her. So now she's going to see my video. But here is the purple. I have the teal. Here is the purple. You can get any color you want. They had so many to choose from. And again, the company is Glassboard Studios. And code Tracy15 will get you 15% off, because that's what I used to get mine. And if you don't have a Glassboard mat, I highly recommend it. I love the grid lines. I love that it's magnetic. I always use mine to do watercoloring on. And I think that these are pretty neat. But out of all of these products, I think I'll definitely be using the ink pad holders the most. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys an unboxing. Ink pad holders, little side storage trays here. Collect all your little messes and everything. I like that they're stackable. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Go check out their website. I'll link it down below. I'll link the link and the coupon code. Again, it's Tracy15. Support Tracy. She does get a small affiliate link. It does not cost you anything. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching the unboxing. And let me know what color you guys like. Go to their website and tell me which one you like. I'm curious to see, because they have a lot more than just purple and just teal. And if you have a Glassboard mat, go check out the new sparkle one. It is very, very pretty. And let me know if you think I should get it, because I am on the fence of purging or splurging on myself and getting myself another one. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.